and welcome to the Downtown Perspective. I'm your host, Adrienne Nesbitt. Today, we're talking about some big changes for several beloved downtown businesses. With me today, I have Jenny Freck, owner of Soapy Gnome, and then Jasmine Wall, who's the owner of the Imagination Spot. Thank you both so much for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
So you both recently moved your stores to a new location within downtown. And this isn't the first time that something like this has happened where a business has to shift because of changes in what they're doing or their needs. And Jenny, I would love it if you would share with our audience sort of Soapy Gnome's origin story from beginning to where you are now.
Sure. So I started out in 2013, just going to farmers markets. At the time, I was working a part-time job as well at Notre Dame. And then about 6 months later, we made a plan for me to quit my job. I started doing soap full-time, still just at farmers markets and craft shows and things like that. And then in 2014, I opened my first store. And this is a little bit of trivia that most people probably won't know, is that our very first store was under Kelly J's. So we were only there for a few months. We had trouble with internet and things like that. And then our second store was where the Concrete Barber is now, underneath Common Spirits. And we were there for 2 years, and it was a great place. It was small and tiny and cute and cozy. It was a great place to start our business. And then 2 years later, we moved, when Reverie moved into a bigger space, we moved into their space on Washington. And we were there for 5 years, and we knew we needed more space for manufacturing. So at first we were just doing retail. We didn't do a lot of online sales. But our business actually has several parts to it. Besides the retail that everybody sees, we also do wholesale and private label and some collaborations and business to business work. So our manufacturing is actually a pretty big part of our business. So we knew we needed more space. We were looking at a place to buy, or we're just looking at all sorts of different options. And then the Minnow Travel space became available, and we were super excited about it. It's like 4 times bigger than what we had before. And so now we have lots of space to grow for our manufacturing, and our retail space is about double. So we can make our aisles a little wider. We're handicap accessible now. We have public restrooms now. So just things that make us feel like a real store. And I do want to mention too, that during COVID, in about April, May, we were trying to figure out when we should close our business for good, because we just were so afraid of what COVID was going to do. But we ended up having our best year yet. And so we made it through that, and now we feel like we can do anything. We have a great team, and it's just been really fun to watch the team grow with the business.
That's so exciting. It shows with this community how much it supports small businesses and how clever our business owners are to shift their models to find a way to survive COVID. And I think that so many of our members downtown have done such a beautiful job with that. So
sure, yeah.
So Jasmine, you are in a newer, bigger space as well. I'd love to hear a little bit about how that happened for you and sort of your journey as a small business owner.
Yeah, for sure. So I opened my store on Washington 2 years ago, actually in June, and it was a perfect space, perfect size for me to start because I designed most of my cards. So it started with just my cards, a few other designers, a few other products, stationery, and some art supplies. And then as last year hit, same kind of thing. We weren't sure if we're going to stay open or not. And then the community really stepped up. I have to say that everybody went out of their way to support local businesses, which was really good. And we made it through the year, and we did better than I was expecting. And that's when I always had this dream of starting workshops. So I was looking around to see if I could rent spaces. And then I found out Soapy Gnome was moving, and it just kind of made sense, because it was more than twice the space to have everything in one location. And it just gave me a lot more space to bring more products. And so there's a lot of things happening here. I'm super excited to be in this space.
Yeah. Can you tell me about what some of the new items and things that you're carrying now are in your larger space, Jasmine?
Yes, for sure. I will be adding a lot more stationery. So people are always looking for note cards, and I just didn't have a lot of selection. So I'm bringing more selection of note cards, letter writing, which again, it's something that we didn't expect that a lot of people are. Maybe it's from COVID. A lot of people are writing. So we're adding more stationery, writing pens. Fountain pens and all kinds of art supplies. So we're expanding on the art supplies. I will also have slowly some more printmaking supplies coming, and we're adding workshops. So hopefully by the end of the summer, we can have, there will be calligraphy, printmaking, and other workshops for kids as well as adults. And then we'll have more art supplies to go with them as well. So I'm super excited for this new step.
Yeah, that's so exciting. Jenny, tell me a little bit more about your vision with having the manufacturing on site expanding. What does that look like? And is there a way that the community can actually engage in that process or see how you do what you do?
So we are really trying to work on our wholesale and online sales. I hired a business coach. So if anybody is trying to start their own business, I always recommend getting help from people who know what they're doing. And so we're really trying to expand into some bigger markets. And so most of our manufacturing will be things that you don't see here in the store. My vision is to create jobs that are really fun for people and to be a fun place to shop in our community where we can provide some of the needs that you might expect. As far as we are currently not doing any classes, and we don't have plans to do that in the near future. It's not to say it won't ever happen, but we're growing so quickly that it's not something that that we have time for. But we do have windows in our manufacturing space. So when you come in, if you want to see what's going on, you can peek in the windows and see what's happening there.
Watch the magic happen. Yeah, absolutely. Jasmine, because you do so much of your own design work, does this new space, I mean, you spoke a little bit about classes and things, but does it offer you more flexibility in the kind of design work you can do?
Yeah, it definitely gives me more options to bring. I used to do printmaking way back, and I kind of stopped that for a while, and I went all digital, and I would love to get back to printmaking. So I am bringing my, I have a lino press from a tabletop press that I have at home. I will be bringing that in, and I'm hoping to come and do a little bit of printmaking here as well. So it gives me more options to bring everything in one location. So I can design, I can print, and do all kinds of fun stuff here.
In your store, you do customized work and personalized items. What all is available? And how does that work?
Yes, we do have personalized stationery. So you can order personalized note cards, stationery, party invitations, wedding invitations, and there's a lot of different designer albums you can look at anytime. And then I do completely custom as well. So if someone's looking for a complete themed wedding or anything like that, I do those. And I also offer design services. So I do graphic design. I've worked on some local menu designs and some other card designs for companies as well. So for sure.
Awesome. Well, I want to make sure that you both have a chance to say specifically where your new location is so everyone can find you, and also what your store hours are now. So Jenny, can you go ahead and tell us?
Yeah, we are at 210 South Main, and we are right next door to the Goshen Theater. And our store hours are Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, which is a little later than we used to be open, and Saturdays, 10 to 4.
Awesome. And Jasmine?
Yes, we are at 111 East Washington Street, which is pretty much right across from our old location, or across from Electric Brew, you can say. And our store hours are 10:30 to 6 from Monday to Friday, and 10 to 4 on Saturdays.
Awesome. Wonderful. Well, I hope all of you take some time and go visit these magical shops we have downtown. They really are a great experience, and both of these businesses are very family friendly. And so feel free to bring your kids in to pick out their soap or to find some new art supplies. And we're excited that you're here and expanding and successful. So thank you both so much for joining me.